Hello, hello, happy Sunday. We have finally reached the dreaded week that we call block week. A week full of exams on all the different disciplines and categories of medicine that we learned in the last block. Block was 5 weeks long, lower extremity, bone physiology, biochem, a lot of research and statistics involved, some genetics, so once again a mix of all the different things. I have my histology, embryo, radiology, pathophys exam tomorrow, as well as just live anatomy, which is palpating specific points on the body, so 2 exams tomorrow. I'm currently reading through some of the pathophysiology documents, a little bit stressed because I feel like there's never enough time to learn everything, but I'm following my advice from last week and I'm going to bed early no matter what. On that note, I am going to head to school to get some dinner there, study for I don't know how many hours until it's time to go home, and then take the exam tomorrow. I'm on my way to the first exam, the histo-embryo radiology pathophysiology exam. I cut myself off yesterday and I got, I think, 4 to 5 hours of sleep. Hello, it's Monday. I am back from taking the herp and I'm back from taking the live anatomy exam. I think from what I can tell, both went decent. I'm hoping that I passed both. I think for herp I could have failed like 13 questions and still passed, so I don't feel too bad about either. Now the focus switches to donor. Our donor exam is tomorrow. I did 2 full practice exams and I'm gonna go to school so I can focus and finish out the rest of the practice exams. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do to prepare for it. I also got a decent amount of sleep yesterday. It wasn't the most sleep that I could have gotten, but I didn't only give myself 1 to 2 hours of sleep, so I'm proud that I made that decision, and I can tell that it paid off because I came in to the exams with a clear mind and could actually read through the questions without making stupid mistakes, so it worked. I just drove all the way to school to realize that I forgot my computer charging at my desk. I literally brought everything, snacks, coffee, everything I could think of except the most important thing. The nice thing is I live 15 minutes away, so I'm gonna go quickly grab it and then come back to school again. Done with donor, beautiful day outside. I'm gonna go for a run. And then I think the plan is going to be to work through a bunch of the OMK Anki and then study for my clinical skills exam that's on Thursday. I'm trying to take advantage of the really nice weather today and giving myself a break after the donor exam. And so I'm sitting outside working on my poster. I'm giving myself like tops 1 more hour to work on this poster that I'm going to be presenting on Friday with my research at one of our symposiums. But I want to spend the rest of the time focusing on doing well on the exams, so that's why only just 1 more hour. And in this hour, I'm just going to sit in the sun, and it's basically my little break from studying. In terms of donor, I think it went decent. I think I should have passed. I'm like really hoping that I passed. The practice exams that we did, I think actually felt easier to me, so it did feel harder on the real thing, even though technically it's supposed to feel somewhat easier because you can actually see the whole body and orient yourself better. But we'll see. I'm really just hoping for a pass on this one. No, not yet, but I was just debating which one's the closest one. Me every time I'm late and have something that I need to get to as fast as I can. Honestly, living by the railroad is kind of nice. I like the sound of the train passing by. Sometimes I can even hear it from my room. Like, it takes time away, but at the same time, this is kind of pleasant. Also, while I'm sitting here, I guess I might as well update you guys on what I'm doing. I'm going back to school to go see a talk that's hosted by Cardiology Club and the Global Health Club. It's a cardiothoracic surgeon that's coming to present cases that he's been doing, and he's been doing a lot of cases abroad, I think in Africa specifically. So he's going to be talking about that, and that's really exciting since that's the big specialty that I'm currently interested in. And I'm hoping that this is going to be the thing that re-inspires me while I study for the rest of my exams this week, because I've really been losing inspiration and motivation now that we're towards the end of everything. I'm really hoping that this helps me get re-inspired. I'm really excited to hear what he has to say. Peak nutrition, peak effort, not even a plate. I hate this. So I studied for the CSA, I studied OMM techniques, special tests. Am I gonna remember how to fix an anterior head with HVLA tomorrow? I don't know. Hopefully something sticks in my head. I still have to review some patient history stuff. I want to run through it at least once, because that's like 70 things to ask that you have to remember. And if you miss one thing, you miss a point. Or something like that. So that, I'm trying to work on my poster to get a little like spiel of what I'm gonna say, because I don't want to get up there and not be able to say anything about this research. That's also Friday, and then I still have to review all of OMK knowledge for Friday, so I'm kind of feel like I'm pulled in different directions in terms of what I should be studying and giving my time and attention to. School's hard. I'm gonna try and finish working on my poster and then do OMK, because the OMK knowledge is endless. I feel like I could be studying medical knowledge for the entire day and still only know like half of it. Okay, I'm gonna get back to studying now. Good morning, it's Thursday. I'm so tired that the last thing I want to do today is study, and that's obviously the number one thing I have to do today. I gotta figure out what to study for because my clinical skills exam is tomorrow, but I also haven't done a lot of studying for the medical knowledge exam, the big one that's on Friday. So I might just start off with Anki as like a quick warm-up for my brain, and then somehow progress into the clinical skills learning, because I have to remember all of the OMM and special tests, but mostly the OMM is what I'm worried about. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be fighting my brain all day today to try and focus, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have about 40 minutes until I have to leave for my CSA, so this whole morning I've just been bouncing back and forth from trying to do Anki for OMK and then remembering something that I might forget for the CSA and going back to review for the CSA. So I'm giving myself 10 minutes to finish as many Anki cards as I can, and then for the 30 minutes that I have left before I have to leave, I'm only going to look at CSA stuff so it's fresh in my head. I can't wait to be done with this. I just want to get the CSA over with so I can only focus on the two big exams on Friday, because if I don't pass these two exams on Friday, I'm going to have to be retaking them next week, and my what could have been fun week is now going to be a week of just studying for these two exams. So, high stakes. I was in such a rush, I forgot to update how my CSA went. I literally came back. I started doing Anki cards. But CSA, I had my exam. I got to examine the shoulder and the hip. I did... I don't even remember what special tests I did. I did OMM techniques with articulatory fibular head. I did an abduction of the wrist, and I did something with the foot. I think it went well. I think I remembered all the things that I was telling myself to remember that I forgot last time, so that's good, because in the end it's to make sure that I'm improving, and a lot of the mistakes I made I know I covered this time around. But now the focus is switching completely. We are done with the CSA, all of that. We are now focusing only on the two big exams tomorrow, so I'm doing my best to... I wrote down the stuff that I missed from the last progress test, the one that I didn't do so well on, the one that I did poorly on. I wrote down the things that I missed. I'm gonna hit my Anki cards, make sure to really emphasize on those topics that I missed, and then go from there. It's gonna be a long day. Okay.
That we had, and like the other groups had, was that stress was bad.
Hello, it's Saturday. I didn't film anything after taking the exams because it was kind of a whirlwind. I don't remember the last thing I said about the exams, but basically on Friday we had our two big exams, one for OMK, which was the medical knowledge, one was for OCS, which was clinical skills, OMM, that kind of stuff. I really thought I was gonna fail OMK because I felt like I was so unprepared. Someone would ask me a question and I would legitimately have no idea how to answer that question. That was the worst I felt going into an exam. That was the most unprepared I felt going into an exam, and I think I was just so burnt out from the rest of the week. And then also the OCS CE, I didn't even know it's not like I thought I was gonna fail it. I just wasn't sure what was gonna happen because I didn't specifically study for that exam. I just studied the OMM and all the other things for my CSA. No one really shares their grades on YouTube, and I don't really care if people know my grades, but because no one really does, I guess I'll just follow and also not say my grades, but also don't want people coming for me if I tell them that I got this and get hateful comments saying that I'm not going to be able to be a doctor. But I'm happy to say that I passed everything. I passed the OCSC. They haven't really released a grade for that, I don't think, but I have a general estimate. I passed the OMKCE. That I can say that I barely passed, but I passed, and I'm really happy about that because I won't have to re-sit for it, and I will put in effort this week that I'm gonna have off to try and get some tutoring, to try and look over the content again, because at the end of the day, it's information that I want to know so I could be the best doctor that I can't be, and I'm not just gonna know that I have these gaps and then just sit on these gaps. I got my grade for the CSA, which I also did well on, and I got the grade for the HERP exam, which I did pretty decent on, so I passed everything. Block 2 is over with. That was lower extremity, a lot of bone physio and biochem, a lot of EBM, and now we're moving on to block 3. Also, I got to present, also the reason yesterday was such a whirlwind because I was so tired after the exams, I really thought I failed. Then I had to rush to Portland to present my research, and after that we partied because we deserve to have a fun break. So with that, I have more fun things planned for the day, so I'm gonna go head to the gym, and then I'm gonna go out celebrating today in Portland with my friends because block 2 is over, and we're gearing up for block 3, which everyone keeps telling us is gonna be the hardest one. It's cardiopulm, and I'm really excited for cardiopulm because I really like cardiology. That's the end of the week. I'm so happy to be done, and I'll see you guys maybe next week, maybe the week after. Next week there's not much going on, but we'll see. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!